afternoon, everybody. This is your Commander, Steve Parmley. I am joined today with the Meet the Candidates international version for our international members. We are joined with Admiral David Nottage, T1 Fleet, him and his BRC Ryan Case. We are also joined with Jeffrey Higdon, Admiral Sam Black, and Admiral Mark Anderson. Somebody just popped in. And Thomas Sigmundson, the running mate for Mark Anderson. So this is how it'll work. If you guys have questions, please put them in the comments, or you can send me a direct message, and I will speak a question out. Everybody will give about, let me get a timer here. We'll probably give about 60 seconds to answer questions. Last time it was a little hectic, and we little went on a little longer than I guess you could say needed. I've allotted 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes for this, so we'll get started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Just fine.
All right. So I do have a couple questions that was already sent to me earlier today. Let me go find them again here.
These are Steve's questions he came up with beforehand. Got it.
No, these are actually not my questions because as a, I guess you can say as a voting member, I feel confident from all four of the teams running, but I'm just kind of looking forward to retirement. I'm not even lying because I'm ready to go. So this question is from Aaron Poole. Should EC and AB members be required to complete flag officer school? We were all year before. This time around will be David Nottage, and you got 60 seconds, sir. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I think that we definitely are in need of better educating our leadership. Having not taken a FOS myself, I've taken one of the courses. I just due to time constraints, I would like to go back and take them. It may not necessarily be something that needs to be taken, but I think it should be recommended. Given the rewrite of our regional manual, we probably need for the EC as well.
Jeff, can you please put on hold your mic?
And I think that we need to just have a better set of expectations for our leadership across the board.
Okay. All right. We'll go with Mark Anderson. You have 60 seconds, sir.
Okay. I agree with most of that. You can never have enough training, I always say. So the courses are very beneficial. I took a couple of them, but I would say I need to go back and finish them up myself. I would say with all the other duties, it's just time constraints. As David said, you just, sometimes you just don't have enough time to do everything. As far as it being a requirement, I think if somebody's had enough experience and they've been in long enough, that it really shouldn't be a requirement kind of, to prevent them from holding a position or an office or anything. But I would like to say, I would highly recommend it. Like I say, you can always, learn something new every day. And like I say, they'll need to be reviewed like the other courses from time to time as the organization's rules change. Those will need to be updated in those courses.
50 seconds, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm done. Thanks.
All right. I'll let Jeff go. Jeff, 60 seconds. Same question.
Well, I agree. We all need to have more education, but having the flag officer school be a requirement to be on the EC or the AB, I don't think that's necessary. We've got enough experienced people, and while I'm all for more education and am willing to take the flag officer school's curriculum, I definitely don't think we should make it a requirement.
Okay. You have anything else? Okay. Same question to Sam Black. 60 seconds. Go.
Well, as I am the current assistant director for Flag Officer School, I'm very familiar with it. I also was part of the rewrite when I came on board on the academy staff 5 years ago, I believe, somewhere along in there. And so as someone someone, like I said, very familiar with this test and with the courses available, I actually think that they are very, very good. It's something that everyone should take, especially if you're going to be rising up in the organization. I can tell you that they are designed as scenario-based questions, and it's all about what you should be able to how would you handle certain situations. So I believe that they're very good courses to be able to take for anyone at the upper levels.
Okay, thank you. I have another question from our lovely Aaron Poole. What steps should the commander of Starfleet take if a member of the EC has not lived up to expectations that they wish to remove them? I will go in reverse order to Sam Black. 60 seconds, sir.
Well, as someone who was in an administration as a high-level staff member in the organization when we actually did have to remove a couple of senior EC level staff due to dereliction of duty. I mean, I think it's a matter of working with them, trying to reach out, open up the make sure the communication lines are open. I'm all understanding that some people have to step away, but you have to be able to rely on your assistant direct, your assistants, your vices, to make sure that everything stays in motion. So I believe that it's a path of last resort.
Okay. Jeffrey Higdon, same question.
Well, I'd get together with that person to make sure that there isn't problems. Make sure that the person is doing his utmost. If if there's no resolution and the only way we can resolve this is to get new blood into the position, I will not hesitate to replace that person. I think we've heard that before, haven't we, Steve? About replacing people if they don't do their job. Well, if they don't do their job, they ain't going to be an EC member. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mark Anderson, same question.
Well, it's like you said, you have to really talk to the person and try to understand what challenges they're having, if they're having difficulty in their life. And have they been doing the job correctly and they stopped, or since they took the position over, they're not able to accomplish what they need to do. So I think that would have to be looked at, and like I say, a one-on-one conversation with that person, and just basically lay it out. These are your requirements. If you have to write them down and present it to them in writing, then do that. This is what the requirements are for the job. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, you really got to be mature enough and determine what's best for the organization, and step away and let somebody else take over that can do that job.
All right. David Nottage, same question, 60 seconds.
So coming in as CS, the first thing I would do is going to be obviously have a conversation with these folks, see where they're at and where their status of their departments is, and then at the same time come up with something like a job description that includes metrics and expectations. If the person who's in that position feels that they can't meet those expectations, then a change would have to be made. If a person says that they could and they still don't meet expectations, there'd be no hesitation in replacing that particular person in the leadership. We need people that are going to be proactive, people that are going to have forethought in what they do and are well organized to be able to complete the tasks that they're given. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we're starting to get some questions in the chat. I'll go ahead and list one now. What is the reason you want this position? Jeffrey Higdon, 60 seconds.
Well, my biggest reason for wanting the position is to do good for the fleet. I love the fleet. I love the people in it, and there are things that need to be addressed, yes, and there are things that we need to do. But in order for us to grow and to be a good Star Trek fan club, we're going to do this head on. And I believe I've got enough experience and time in the fleet to know what needs to be done as Commander Starfleet. Thank you.
Thank you. David nodded. 60 seconds. Go.
So when I joined this organization almost 30 years ago, it was a fan club. We have become a corporate entity and an organization. I want this position because I think that I have the ability to run an organization of this size. I believe that given the right style of leadership, the right partnership, the right communication, we can have a transparent leadership, improving things like our membership database, improving our communications department, where we can get rid of a trough system. There's just so many things that we can do, and I believe that I have the talent to do it. And this organization has been so much fun for me, and it's time for me to give back on the ultimate leadership.
Okay, thank you. Sam Black, 60 questions. 60 seconds, same question.
Oh boy.
I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I've served the organization at a number of different levels. I know that of late we've had a lot of communication issues, making sure that the AB communication is communicated to the membership. And I know what it takes to get things done. I do feel myself prepared in case something were to happen to TJ, that I could step into the top role as having served 3 years as a chief of staff to the Starfleet commander before. So I've got everything being everything's, and I've got all the experience and necessary to do the job. So I would feel like it's time about's fair play, right?
You're muted, Steve.
Last but not least, Mark Anderson. One question, 60 seconds.
Well, it's like a lot of people said. I love the organization. I've had such a great time, and I've met great people while I've been here. I want to help get that experience out to the membership. I know at times I've been disappointed with the leadership. I'm sure a lot of other people have too, where they've fallen short or kind of short-sighted sometimes when it comes to making decisions and handing down rules and regulations and things. But like you say, we're not a fan club anymore. We're an organization. So there are, rules and policies and procedures and things we have to follow. And the organization has to be run as an organization. So those, we've seen in the past, things have been missed and people have not lived up to the expectations the memberships put out there. So we really got, that's why I want to run. I just want to make the organization better.
Time's up, sir.
Try to make it fun, but yeah, that's it.
All right. Next question. Also, if you have a VRC candidate, you can yield the question to them. I'm sure the VRC candidates that are here are foaming at the mouth. I am, ready to answer these. So the next question is, where do you want to see the future of SFI going? Sam Black, 60 seconds to go.
Well, when I first joined this organization, I happened to cross paths with one of the leaders of the organization, and I don't know, I was kind of given a vision for the organization of being of putting us as the premier Star Trek fan organization, because the one thing that made us different is our desire to go and help our fellow man and actually make the dream a reality. And I think that it is a definite possibility. I know that it has been a great opportunity for me to work all these years, trying to make sure that, serving what the members want, as well as guiding what areas I've had to make sure that we are always here to help the membership and help the Starfleet as a mission grow.
All right. Thank you, Sam. David, same question, 60 seconds.
You're muted.
He's muted, bud.
Glad to see. I don't have
Okay. He wants me to take it. No, I'll take it.
All right.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Ryan.
I'll keep it short and sweet. I want to see us grow alongside Trek as it becomes more and more popular. Like, we've never had a more rife opportunity to strike while the iron's hot. Like, we should be growing. We should be jumping on every opportunity available to us. We really need to get this organization caught up with, not just the 20th century, perhaps even the 21st. We've got a lot of ways that this organization operates that we just need to get caught up. And as far as the future of Starfleet, let's get ahead of things. Let's be proactive. That's if I'm going to use one word to describe what I want to see out of Starfleet moving forward, is proactive instead of reactive.
There you go. All right. The next victim. Jeffrey, 60 seconds. Go.
Well, I see it as one word, and Admiral Ryan said both those words here: growth and proactive. We have to be proactive on our approach to fandom, and we see growth in the association. And remember, we are an association. We have legal responsibilities, keeping on top of those things, but mostly we have to grow. And I think we've done a fantastic job so far, but there are always ways that we can enhance those objectives.
All right. Thank you. Mark Anderson.
Well, like they say, growth, but the main thing I would say is, as a leader in this organization, that is one of the most important things, is to make sure the organization has a future. And if you don't recruit young people and grow your membership, your organization doesn't have a future. At some point, you run out of old people. So you gotta be proactive, like everybody says. You got to try to stay ahead of the problems and the issues, and address problems that the membership has, and try to see what's coming over the ridge instead of it hitting you in the face at the last second. So that's what I got.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. We'll move on to the next question. I believe everybody's answered that question, correct? Yes. Okay. Next question. We've seen instances in the past where the CS is unable to complete their term due to real life circumstances, or in some very sad cases, death. Do you have a succession plan should any key members of your team be unavailable for a short or long-term question? David, I will go with you. 60 seconds.
So first and foremost, Ryan and I are of like mind. I have every confidence that if something were to happen to me, that he could step in a heartbeat. Both, and I'll speak for Ryan, both Ryan and I are healthy. We both are fully capable, whether it's stress related, whether it's medically related, that we can go through this process. As I've heard, this position can be very stressful, and I am so ready for it. And I really don't, I don't have any other ties out there except for Fleet, my club, and having fun in my own life.
All right. Thank you, sir. 60 seconds. Mark Anderson, go.
Yeah, I'm healthy. Like I say, I've challenged people to arm wrestle before, so I'm ready anytime. No, but you never know what's going to happen. So you've really got to build your team around you, to survive any one person leaving, or even a couple people leaving. I have every confidence that Thomas would be able to take over for me and step in and do a great job. Like I say, there's a lot of talented people out there that are willing to pitch in and help. And, so you never know what's going to happen. I don't plan on going anywhere. I'm in good shape now. I could be in better shape, but I'm in pretty good shape now. So anyway, I don't foresee any issues, but if they are, I think we'll have a good team and people available to get the job done.
All right. Thank you, sir. Sam Black, 60 seconds. Go.
Well, I know as everyone's aware, right now TJ's on leave right now with dealing with some health concerns, and I am fully capable of stepping in and taking over if necessary, even temporarily or long term. TJ has his full confidence in me. He still wants to continue the campaign and everything, so that's why I'm still here. That's why he's still around. We haven't pulled out. So we have that plan in place.
All right. 60 seconds. Jeffrey Higdon, go.
Well, I have full confidence in my vice commander candidate, Eric Johansson, that he could take over for me if something does happen for me. But I also think of the greater point that each of the EC members need to have their own succession plans in place. Who's going to take over for them if they get sick? How it's going to be handled? If they just need to take a leave of absence, that has to be established. This has happened before. It's going to happen again. But in the long run, Eric's a great guy, and he'll make an excellent VCS and an excellent CS if the need is arise.
You're muted again, Steve.
I am, ain't I? So I believe that question's been answered. We'll move on to the next one. I'll leave it for my yeoman to chime in here. Jeffrey Higdon, 60 seconds. Would any of you be willing to take the Commander of Starfleet, Vice Commander of Starfleet course to make it a condition of running for future candidates? Jeffrey Higdon.
I don't think it necessarily needs to be a condition for running for future candidates, but it's a good suggestion to take them. I've taken all the courses. Some of them I've taken twice to keep on top of what those positions are. Not just the commander and vice commander, but each of the EC members and even the AB course. So I would recommend that they take the course, but I wouldn't make it a condition of running.
All right. Thank you. Mark Anderson, 60 seconds. Go.
Yeah, I think it would be good to take those courses, but making it a requirement to run, I don't really see that as a need. That be a requirement to run for CS or VCS. But like I say, I've always said, can never have too much education. So any training you can get to help you with that, all for it. But I don't think it should be a requirement.
All right. David Nottage, 60 seconds.
So, I think it doesn't need to be a requirement. I think that our membership should be looking at what a CS candidate has taken. I think that it should be something as a consideration point for choosing, whether it's nominating or choosing who the next CS is going to be. Those courses are going to help train that person. Education is a very strong benefactor to being a good and effective leader.
Thank you, sir. Sam Black, 60 seconds. Go.
Again, as the Academy member here, I have actually been part of the Starfleet School of Leadership, and I have gone through these courses. I've helped update them at least twice. I haven't taken the most recent, but they are very good courses based on and all completely based in what our procedures are and what our rules state. So I think that they're very good courses in any case for anyone who wants to make sure they know what the requirements are for this job. More conditions on running for candidates sometimes just, places more gateways and barriers in the way. So I don't necessarily think of it as a good requirement, but I do think it's a good idea to have it on your resume.
All right, thank you. Did everybody? I'm trying to keep track of questions, everything. Everybody's answered this one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Next question is, what will you change or accomplish in your first 30 days at CS? Sam Black, go ahead.
Well, I think I'm going to say something that everybody's going to say, and that is the database. Database. That is the number one priority. And making sure that we've got everything either completely transitioned by then or having, being ready to implement plan B, by the end of January. Either way, we will be in a new direction. So I think that's really the first primary charge as to serving the membership that's on our agenda.
Mute again, Steve.
My dog's bark in the background.
I heard it.
Man, so I'm trying to mute and do this. David nodded. 60 seconds. Go.
First 30 days is going to be a revamp of our deliverables. We are going to be looking at not only the communications department in its entirety, but also in the comp ops department to make sure that the membership is getting what they should for their membership dues. Thank you.
All right, Jeffrey Higdon, go.
Well, as Sam mentioned, the database needs to be addressed. If it isn't addressed already, that will be priority number one. Number two is to make sure our communications are starting to be improved through our communications to the membership and through the Admiralty Board. And number three, reevaluating each position if need be. I think we got good people in there, and to disturb them right at the beginning of a new term may be productive, but can lead to problems. We will be reevaluating each position and person in those positions as well, especially in communications, since if I'm elected, I won't be able to do that anymore. So thank you.
Thank you. Sam Black, 60 seconds.
I was first.
Who was first? Oh, not Sam Black. Mark Anderson. You guys just so much alike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got our names wrong on the picture too, so that's probably why.
Yeah, you all look like twins. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, everything will have to be evaluated within the first 30 days. With like as David mentioned, the deliverables to the membership with focus on computer ops and communications, we'll have to have some meetings with those and make sure everybody's on the same page. We come up with some guidelines and goals that we want to meet and a timeline to do that. So I will do that with all the departments, but like I say, I think comp ops and communications is the first two primary ones that we'll have to look at and make sure that the plan that we come up with, and I come up with, that we have people and enough staff to get those goals accomplished and in a reasonable amount of time. And of course, if the database is not ready, then it's Katie bar the door at that point. But that would be my goals for the first 30 days.
All right. This question here is from Liz Wolf. She sent me a message. She did not register, so her name's not showing. Please use 60 seconds to tell me why your team CQ will be something I am actually interested to read. Jeff, since you're comms chief now and running, I'll let you go first. 60 seconds. Go ahead.
Gee, thanks.
No
I
pressure.
really think we have, we're going through a traumatic time with the loss of our editor, but that doesn't mean we can't put out a quality product. I believe we're doing a great job in presenting to the membership the CQ, but it's not so much the quality, but it is getting the word out that there is a CQ out there ready for your reading, and that you should be able to read in a timely manner. Getting the word out, getting in the database, or whatever we're going to do with getting it out to you would be our number one priority. This is a consumable for you. This is part of your membership, and we need to, if we can make it better, we're going to make it better. That's just it. We are. But it takes the membership contributing and doing articles and reports so we may put them into the CQ.
Thank you, Jeff. David Nottage, go ahead, sir.
So first and foremost, our CQ is going to be something that's interactive. We have been showing you a very, very small version utilizing our mailings through MailChimp. We have the ability through that system to be able to show you interactive communications. It will be delivered to you versus currently where you have to go and download it through the database, where the metrics of that download is only 440 on average per communique. That's just atrocious. Now, that's not the fault of the current communications department. That's just the way that it's been set up. But we need to fundamentally change how the communique is distributed and the content of that communique to make it much more interactive. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Santa Claus down in the corner, Mark Anderson, 60 seconds.
Well, yeah, I think getting it into people's hands is would be a big bonus. Like I say, through the distribution process, like David was talking about, I think most of the candidates here are going to have to address that and come up with a plan to do that. Like I say, interactive. What do you want to see in the CQ? You come across something interesting, contribute, get your ideas in. Get your ideas for improvement. That's something that can be improved upon, or a format change or a layout or something like that you'd like to see. Let us know. Let the leadership know what you want, because it's hard sometimes for us to guess. I like different things than you will, so you really got to kind of let us know you like this, you don't like this, what you want to see changed, and the big thing will be getting it in your hand in a timely manner so you can read it.
All right, thank you, sir. Sam's twin, or Mark's twin, Sam Black, go ahead.
My twin with myself, yes. Well, again, it's all about getting it into the members' hands. I'll be honest, I forget sometimes, even with all the announcements of go download the latest CQ, and it's like, okay, I'll do that sometime. And it's a matter of we need to, just needing to take care of a few things here and there. But getting it into the members' hands is something that we are looking at. Of trying to get it out there. That's the biggest thing. And wanting to find out what the members want to read and want to see is some of the biggest things. What will draw you to read the CQ? Versus what, we push out at you all the time.
All right. Thank you, sir. We've all answered that question.
I'd just like to say I take Antonio's comment as a compliment.
Well, what was his comment?
I'm just a young Mark Anderson. I'll take that.
There you go. Leave it up to my.
Just not as good looking. Just not
as good looking.
That ain't what he said, Mark.
All right, next question. What is your greatest success at a chapter or regional level which you want to replicate as CS or VCS? I'm going to switch it up. Ryan K., 60 seconds.
I was hoping I'd get this question. I am the CEO of the USS Hayes. We are a multiple Ship of the Year winner on the back of one of our biggest events that we have every year. It's the multiple sclerosis walk here in Jackson, Mississippi. It's actually held in Pearl, but nobody knows where that is. I would love to see Starfleet take up a more meaningful arm in the a charitable arm as the organization. We do a lot of work for our scholarships. We do a lot of work for our individual members. I would like for us to be able to reach out and touch a lot more charities out there. Our little ship, Complement 36, I believe was the last time I looked, and we raised something like $4,500 this last year for it. Imagine what we could do as an organization.
All right, thank you. Thomas Sigmundson, we haven't heard from you in a while. I'll let you answer this question.
Well, being a regional coordinator of an international, Region 9, I would like to see more documents and things. Well, we have already been able to translate some of the handbooks and everything into French. And I would like to be able to do that also in German or any other language or even Polish. Why not?
All right. Are you done, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Sam Black. Uh-oh.
Well, again, kind of like piggybacking off what Ryan said, even, we've done a lot of community service here, and that's one of the trademarks of our local ship. And so it's, picking a trademark charity to partner with and get on their radar, to be able to have the local and national partnerships and international partnerships, that would be an awesome opportunity for us, that would get us out there. I mean, we locally, the Ronald McDonald House here locally would always call us. We were there every, at least once a month. And the at least part became we were the one of their backup people all the time. They knew who we were, and would pick up the phone and say, we've had somebody drop out. Can you pick up a night this next week? And we would we'd get people together and we'd go cook dinner, not just go drive by a KFC and pick up a bucket. We'd go cook dinner.
Your time's up, sir. Thank you.
Yep.
Jeff Higdon.
There's the mute button. Anyway, greatest success, I guess, was help my creation, or the help in creating the USS Shiloh, which went on to be the USS Blackhawk, keeping the members interested and keeping them on focus to be the best chapter in the fleet. I guess the other great success was my election as regional coordinator. I really didn't think I'd be elected, really. So that's how I look on all things. I'm an underdog. I go in looking at, I want to be this, and we get it done, or it needs to be done. Keeping the interest in Starfleet as a whole, not just myself, but the members and those who are interested, it would be what I want to replicate.
All right, time's up. Thank you. So for the CS candidates, I have picked 2 of your VRCs. If you would like to chime in, David, I'll give you the time if you'd like to chime in. 60 seconds.
Yeah. One of the programs that we enacted on our chapter, the USS Golden Gate, and through the 49th MSG, was our Cadet Corps. This is something that I think that needs to go fleet-wide, whether it's through the SFMC programs in some fashion, where we were having our cadets participate in science projects, where it was a badge acquiring type of a recognition for those, in partnership, of course, with their families, parents, guardians. We really want to take that fleet-wide, and we can base that with the parents' approval of either Prodigy, the animated series, or even Lower Decks for the older youths. Thank you.
All right, Mark Anderson.
Yeah, one of the things we used to do, we were recognized in the community. back when they had the local, UPN stations, whenever they needed to do promos, they would reach out to my club and some of the other local clubs here. We wasn't necessarily a part of Starfleet, but we had a local fleet at the time called Genesis Fleet, about 7 to 8 chapters at any given time. So we would do television promo spots for like the finale of Enterprise and different things like that. And also we did some radio spots. They got us on some of the radios around stations around here. So I'd like to see us do more outreach that way, outreach to the community. That way our brands out there, our names out there. And if they like something's, related to Star Trek, we're the first ones they think of to get in touch with, to help them out with that. And also with the charity events, again, they're the first ones. Hey, we want to do a sci-fi or costume event. We're one of the first ones they think of, and they reach out and contact us, and then we're able to interact with people and get, make some good accomplishments.
All right. Thank you. We have time for one more question. I'm going to go through and look for one real quick. This question will be the last one. I do thank everybody for submitting questions. I've been trying to pick them out at random. From Dean Willis, how do you plan to improve the new member experience? We'll go with I went blank. Sam Black. There you go.
Well, one of the most important things is really making sure that the orientation officer program really make sure that our new members are welcomed and have the ability to learn quickly what all of Starfleet has to offer for each member, whether it be on a local level or the international level. Making sure they have contacts to local chapters, making sure they know how to reach their regional coordinator, making sure they know where to go to when they have questions and problems and such. So it's a matter of making sure that the orientation program is really active and really keeps touch with those members and for at least the first 90 days of their membership, and make sure that they're fitting in where to the level of an extent that they want to be.
All right, thank you. David Nottage, 60 seconds. Go.
I'm going to give this one to Ryan.
Okay, Ryan K, 60 seconds. Go ahead.
It kind of falls into the lap of Compops a bit, and it also touches on some of what Sam was saying there. Was more of an automatic response from the organization to the members as they come in. One of the things I've seen, I've been a member of the organization going on 10 years now, is that we don't have anything set up outside of a guy at a computer when he's not working, trying to go through all of the new membership applications and approve them and say hello. And, at this point, as our organization continues to grow, that's just not sustainable. Making sure that the members, when they come in, are welcomed. Make sure that when they come in, they know what the organization's about, what it can provide them, and not make it quite so burdensome, because finding us, signing up, getting all of the things assigned, making it onto the right ship, all of that, that's all kind of a Compops issue that needs to be addressed.
Thank you, sir. Jeffrey Higdon.
Well, communications has always been a key here. Being able to talk to our new members, make sure they're comfortable here, and not just our new members, our old members too, because sometimes we forget that all of us needs a little pampering once in a while. Bringing in new treats to give our members and to assure our new members, especially in those critical times. And I see my video is fluctuating, so I'm going to turn it back over.
All right, thank you, sir. Sam Black, go.
Been there, done that.
Oh, you have, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm the doppelganger. I'll go.
All right, the doppelganger to the left. You go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's like Ryan said, an automatic response immediately once their membership is completed. But I think the next important step would be when in a timely manner, within a few days at least, not weeks later, a personal interaction with that person. A real person gets in touch with the new member and says, "Hey, welcome aboard. What can you need?" And they basically hold hands with that person if they need to get them where they need to be, get them the information they need, make sure, like you say, they feel welcome, get them in touch with local people if that's what they want. If they just want to, you've got to kind of gauge their membership level and how interactive they want to be. If they want to run the organization in one day, then we need to start them on the path to make that happen for them and keep them happy.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, everybody. I'm going to open up to 30 seconds for each thing. And in closing, please keep it at 30 seconds. Don't make me come to the screen and thump you. We'll go with Mark Anderson. You have 30 seconds to close, sir.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk to everybody. I want to thank David for setting up the regional meetings and inviting all the members to that. I think that they'll get a lot of information out to the regions. Look forward to that. I've really but have a lot of respect for the people I'm running with and all the people on the screen. And I think that they all have the best intentions and want what's best for Starfleet.
Thank you, sir. Sam Black, 30 seconds.
Well, TJ and I have worked together quite well as a team here with the Academy. And so, we're here to serve the members. We already know from being in the high demand department what it takes to work with the members and keep them as satisfied as we can make it happen. And we are here to serve. And thank you very much for your support.
All right. Thank you, sir. Jeffrey Higdon, 30 seconds to close.
Well, I think we can do a better job in all things, but my goal is to become the best Commander Starfleet ever. That includes you, Steve. And we're going to try to listen. We're not going to try. We're going to do it. We're going to listen to the members. We're going to reevaluate all our departments, and then we're just going to make sure that we try and do grow as an association.
Jeff, I would say you have big shoes to fill, but I've seen your shoes, so never mind. David Nottage, 30 seconds to close, sir.
Thank you. First off, Steve, thank you very much for providing this opportunity for all of us. To the membership out there, no matter where you reside on our wonderful planet, I hope that you consider Team One Fleet. Please go to our website at sfi-onefleet.org. Look at what we've put out in our mailings. See that we are communicating as transparently as possible. If you have not voted, if you have voted, thank you on behalf of all the candidates here for your vote.
Your time's
and
up, sir.
Please, if you have not voted, get out and please vote as soon as possible. Thank you.
Yes. I do want to thank you all the candidates for taking time out of their day, especially the board members that are here that's going to have to transition to another meeting shortly after this. I do appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
It's great to be able to bring stuff like this because most of the time we would have had this at our international conference, but this way we can meet a bigger dynamic across the globe. So thank you all for coming out and doing that. And so far, according to what the IG has said, we have a great turnout voting. So keep voting, Starfleet. This is your people that have been wanting to get involved and get this. This is your chance to basically go to the voting booth and vote who you want to run the next this organization for the next 3 years and get rid of me. So I appreciate you guys, and y'all have a great time.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.